In this video, I will cover how to manage default menus and custom menus. Menus are used by your WordPress site to allow your visitors to navigate to the pages that make up your site. How and where the menu is displayed depends on the theme that you are using. By default, WordPress lists pages in the menu by their order attribute and then alphabetically. For example, if we look at the menu on our SELCO team site, you can see that the top-level menus are listed in alphabetical order, with the exception of the Home menu item, which is WordPress generated page to hold all of our posts. As you can see, there's our posts. If we go to the dashboard and look at our all pages, we can see that our top level and our second level menu items, our pages, are listed in alphabetical order. Notice Information Services has a child page of ILS, Systems, and User Support, and they are listed in alphabetical order. If we publish a new About Us page, notice where it is placed in the default menu structure. So we'll go here, we'll do a quick, and we'll publish. So notice that it came to the top of the list because it's alphabetically at the top. And if we look at our default menu, it is listed right next to Home and before Administrative Services. Typically, the About Us is on the far right-hand side, or the bottom of a menu structure. To move it to the end of our items, we can change the order attribute on the Pages attribute section of the Edit page. So we'll go back to the dashboard, go to Pages, go to About Us, and we see our page attributes. Our order number is 0. All of our pages' order numbers are 0 by default. So if we want to move this to the end, we give it a high number like 5. We click Update. And if we go back and look at the site, we'll notice that now it's at the end of our list. If we go back and look at our All Pages, you'll notice that it's also at the end of the list in that display. The order attribute allows you to override WordPress's default behavior of displaying pages alphabetically. The order attribute only works for pages at the same level. For example, in Information Services, we have our ILS, Systems, and User Support child pages. If we want to change the order, we can change their order attribute. So let's flip the order. So if we go into ILS and make that 2, update, Systems, make that 1, update, and we leave User Support as 0. So now if we go back and go to Information Services, notice that they're in reverse alphabetical order. If we go back to our pages, notice that they're also displayed here in reverse alphabetical order. That is how we manipulate the default menu behavior of WordPress. WordPress allows us even more flexibility by letting us create custom menus. So to create a custom menu, we click on Appearance and Menus. You can see we have to give let's give our menu a name, main menu, and then we create a menu. We have no items in our menu structure at this time, but you notice now that all of our pages are available to us. So the first thing I like to do is go to the menu settings and auto add pages, check that, and then I like to go over to my pages and do a select all. Now that selects all of the pages we have published. Any draft page will not show in this list. So then we add to the menu, and notice that it adds them all, but it adds them all at the same level. So what we want to do is we can kind of see our structure over here, which is nice. So what we can do is go through our menu structure and emulate that. So we know that user support is a child page for information services. To create a sub item in our menu, we just left click on it and drag it to the right. Library services has program team. Administrative services has strategic plan. Whoops. And notice that meetings, plan materials, these last ones are actually sub items or child pages of the child page strategic planning. So we have to drag them all the way in so they're slightly indented from its parent item. So then once we have it, we need to save the menu. Now if we go back, let's open this in a new tab. If we go back to our display, notice that really it doesn't match. About Us is still at the top, so we want to drag that all the way down to the bottom. Whoops. Save our menu, change, and notice we'll hit refresh here. Notice that that still hasn't changed. That's because we did not activate this menu. So we can do that one of two ways. We can use the manage location and use a primary navigation if specified instead of the default menu. So if we had multiple menus, they would show in that drop down. So we'll select the main menu, and main menu. Well, actually we don't have secondary navigation. We save those changes. Now if we go back and hit refresh, we have our menu structure. But notice what we lost. We don't have the home button anymore, the home link. So we can add that back by going back to our custom menus, edit menus, and we have this ability to add custom links. So we'll expand that and we'll set this to be our home. So we give it the link text that it'll display and the URL that we want it to go to, which is our home page, selcoteams.info, and we add that to the menu. Now that added to the menu at the very end. We want that to be listed first, so we left click on it and drag it up to the top, put it in its first place. Do not forget to hit Save Menu. Now we go back to our page and hit refresh. So now we have a home, and if we go to Information Services, Support, we can click on Home and we go back to the main page. So as long as we have automatically add new top-level pages to a menu checkbox selected, any new page we publish will appear at the far right or bottom of our menu. I do this on purpose because typically what happens when we add a page, we will forget to come in here and add it to our menu. So if we were to add a page, say we're going to go to Pages, add a new page, test, test, and we publish it. You would tend to come back to here, our main page, and look, and you'll go, oh wait, why is test at the end? It's because, oh, it's right, I have to add it to my menu. So now I can come in, I'll go to Appearance and Menus, and then I can drag test to where it's supposed to be. Say it's supposed to be under About Us. Do my save. Go back and refresh my page. And notice test now is where it's supposed to be. Typically, if you don't have it show up on the end of your menu, you will completely forget to change the custom menu. So you will notice that our custom menu has no impact on the order. If we go back to our dashboard, the order that the pages are shown on our All Pages screen. Test is still alphabetically as a top level. It's not showing as a child page of About Us. If we want to do that, we can do a quick edit. We can go to Parent, and choose About Us. Update the page. Now, if we hit refresh on our pages, then our test page becomes a child of our About Us. That covers menus. The thing to remember is always have the automatically add top level pages to your menus so that it reminds you whenever you add a new page that you put it in the you update your custom menu. Now say we're using a custom menu and we decide, you know, we don't want that test page, so we're going to delete it. So we trash it. We go to our trash and permanently delete it. So now it is gone. But if we go back to our site, refresh, notice that it dropped out of our menu as well. If we look at our menu options or our custom menu structure, it is gone there too. So that's kind of a nice handy feature of the new WordPress. Well, that covers menus. Thanks for watching.